In this video, I want to talk briefly about mixed numbers. Examples of mixed numbers would be things like 2 and 2/3, or something simple like 1 1/2. When you see those, you should think of those mathematically as an addition. We have 2 whole parts plus 2/3 of a part. For 1 1/2, we have 1 full part plus an extra half of a part. Now, you may have seen these written as rational numbers, so you could easily convert those by thinking of 2 as 6/3, and you could leave 2/3 as 2/3, and now we have a common denominator, so we can add those up and get 8/3. In another video, we'll address addition of fractions. For 1 1/2, we could think of 1 as 2 halves and add on another half, and that would give us a total of 3 halves. Now, which version of those is better to work with? 8/3 or 2 2/3, or 3 halves versus 1 1/2? The answer really depends. If you want to perform additional operations, mathematically speaking, then it's better to work with the rational numbers. So better for performing operations. If you want the answer to a word problem, the mixed number is better. Oops. Erase that. That will do. So for instance, if you were solving a problem about how many gallons of milk you should purchase, it would be better to talk about having 2 2/3 gallons of milk than it would be to say that you need 8/3 of a gallon of milk. It would be much clearer to the person who's going shopping what they need to do. They probably need to go and buy 3 gallons of milk in order to get the job done. So we would prefer to have 2 2/3 in a case like that. But if we want to do additional mathematical operations, we would probably rather have the rational form. So for instance, if I wanted to, the basic operations would be addition or multiplication, subtraction and division being variations of those. If I wanted to perform those operations, I would have to think of them in terms of, I would much rather have the rational numbers, then write them out in the mixed number form of 2 plus 2/3 plus 1 plus 1/2. That would be a little bit messier than just adding the 2 fractions directly. And in this case, it's much better to have the rational number version versus the mixed number version of the values. Whoops. I'm sorry, that should, let me get rid of the plus sign and change that to multiplication. So for the multiplication, 8/3 times 3 halves is a very trivial problem, whereas in the mixed form, I would actually have to use the distributive property in order to complete the problem. So it would be much nicer. This would be much nicer to have the rational numbers instead.